Now, there are many possible reasons why people lose elections in Nigeria, aren't there? Everything from ethnicity and gender to corruption and official interference to murderous tyrants coming after you, all of which bedevil this country's politics. There is, of course, the fact that voters may have just decided to choose someone else. But according to the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, Senator Athan Achonu, the reason he lost the ballot on November the 11th, coming third behind the APC and the PDP, is because he was cheated out of it and because the Electoral Commission, INEC, allegedly compromised the poll. And subsequently, after he went to court to reclaim what he says is a stolen mandate, Senator Achonu says that INEC set about frustrating his legal team by blocking their access to election materials used for the ballot, despite a court injunction ordering the commission to grant them unfettered inspection powers. He says INEC has created a toxic, oppressive environment that poses a real threat to his chances of building a credible case in court.
Everybody to himself. The rec, Sylvia, professor as well, in Owerri, is totally, she's an emperor there. Whatever she wants is what is done. She's been hiding since Friday. When you come and ask for, say, unless rec comes, and you can't find the rec anywhere. They are simply delaying so that we will not be able to get facts to go to court to prove our victory. We won the election. It was a landslide. They say that everything has collapsed, but I keep telling them that I believe that there are men of integrity within the judiciary. As I also saw some men of integrity, even within INEC, who were upset and crying, but they couldn't do anything. So I'm calling on President, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president, to look into what is going on. I mean, this cannot happen under his watch. He has gone around the whole world now soliciting for investment. How can any same person come and invest in a place like this?
Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the man you saw in that clip, the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, Senator Athan Achonu. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you, Charles, for having me.
So first, you alleged that you were cheated out of victory in the governorship election in Imo State on November the 11th after coming third behind the APC and the PDP, according to INEC. Then you now say that INEC is frustrating the living daylights out of you and your legal team by blocking access to election materials that you need to build your case in court. I mean, it all sounds like a pretty toxic experience that you've had so far of Nigerian politics, assuming your allegations are true.
Charles, it wasn't unexpected. When I ran for Senate, my opponent brought a forged result. So when we went to court, I had my own result, he had his own. So they asked INEC to come and identify which one of the results that they signed. They refused to come to court. Then they instituted a committee to investigate those two results. And they not determined that the other one was fake. After I had left the Senate, till today it hasn't been made public. Now, having said that, this last election, what happened wasn't unexpected. You saw that the governor returned 27/27 during the last House of Assembly elections. Even though the Labour Party is recovering some of them, most of the Labour Party House of Assembly candidates couldn't afford the legal fees at the time. So those who could, some of them have been upturned. So see the reaction in Owerri. You had a governorship election where the sitting governor, the incumbent, claimed he won a landslide. It's like a graveyard. Everybody's in mourning. Now, you had the House of Assembly member for Owerri, who the Court of Appeal, affirmed his victory, Owerri has erupted into joy, celebration. That's how the people react when they voted you in, and then your victory is affirmed. Having said that, I didn't come third in the election. Even the security agencies, the international observers, they've been saying it, that I won landslide. They changed everything.
Yeah, but the international observers have no way of, I mean, they didn't count the votes, did
No,
they?
Charles, everybody saw what happened. Everybody saw this was totally unexpected. It came from the inside out. Instead of, normally what used to happen is that these gangsters, they will go and write results outside and try to push it into the collation center. Before the election, we appealed to the INEC chairman that we want to make sure that we have world results collated at the world level, from the polling unit to the world level. Remember, he guaranteed us that the results will be uploaded right from the polling units. He went public with that. The INEC went public with that. And also, collation must be at the world collation centers before going to local government. So we are prepared to protect our votes. What happened?
So you say it was unexpected. So that means that you didn't suspect that things might go belly up as the elections approached. I mean, you trusted that the system was going to work.
Charles, I don't know what... Charles, these are men who are so... Okay, for example, Professor Mahmoud, I mean, professor. The woman in Owerri, Sylvia Ago, a professor. They're supposed to be people of integrity, even though things have been going wrong in INEC and other, in the electoral cycle all this while. Now, there was a stakeholders meeting where they guaranteed, they even announced by themselves that there's now an improvement. Do you understand? That this election, this time around, you have to believe something. You have to believe somebody, for God's sake.
But you raised quite a bit of alarm.
Yes, after the alarm, they refused to. They told them that they said they will bring about 5 regs to supervise the one there that we are complaining about. Now they will bring national commissioners. When everybody started panicking was when the national commissioner Ken tried to, at the stakeholders meeting, he wanted the press out at a public function. You understand me? He didn't want the press there, so that they would take note of every statement they made, every promise that they made. That's why he wanted them out. So, but the parties objected, and they remained. So they made strong promises, reassured everybody that this is a standalone election, off-cycle election, and that the beavers was going to work, that it will upload the results, and that collation will start from world collation centers to local government collation centers. Instead, what happened? When they saw that Labour Party was winning, government officials rushed into so many of the polling units, beat up people. They beat the vice chairman of Labour Party, a woman, Charles. They beat her, a commissioner beat her black and blue. So many polling units, they beat them up, carried ballot boxes, went and wrote results. Some of the collation centers, they came with already written results. That's what happened. So,
right.
Yeah,
finish what you're saying.
So now, you have won an election, Charles. We said, okay, thank you, you have won. Okay, on the day collation was taking, okay, Charles, do you know that by 10 o'clock, some results were being uploaded already on an election day? Imo State that has 27 local governments. Bayelsa took 3 days to collate. Imo State took 2 hours. And then the party chairman, the Labour Party chairman, raised an alarm that even the results they were quoting does not correspond with what was in the beavers and the IRF. And the beavers, they're not corresponding.
And this is one of the reasons you need to see the beavers.
Yes. And
let's take this forward.
This was,
now.
No, I'm coming.
Right.
This was the reason why we asked for a review. They told them to stop collation. And that's what the law says. You understand me? It was enough reason to stop collation and check the beavers before announcing that result. They didn't do that. And then we petitioned for a review. And we had 7 days within which to allow a review. If not, then you can now issue the man with his certificate of return. The 7 days didn't elapse. After the 6th day, they hurriedly issued the certificate of return after hurriedly announcing that result. Now, we went to court, asking the court to compel INEC to allow us to inspect, do a forensic inspection of the beavers' machines. Do you understand? To find out if it was tampered with.
And you brought an international team.
We brought a team to the place.
Right.
Charles, they refused to allow us to do it. Even when we now wrote again to the secretary of the commission, complaining at what happened. Look at what happened. So today, they finally said we can come and do the inspection. Do you know what happened? They flooded the place with thugs. Over about 100 of them surround. I had to raise alarm. I called the deputy commissioner of police. We got information that they are going to attack us if they start inspection of it. So I raised alarm again at the INEC head office today. I think that was what solved the problem.
So you've sorted that problem
out? I think it's been sorted out now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing, because I was wondering, I was thinking, surely you and your legal team must be talking to someone or some people at INEC. I was interested in knowing what they're actually saying to you, but because INEC can't be. You have to assume they're a responsible institution.
Exactly.
And there's a limit to what they're able to get away with.
Yes.
So, because it starts to sound as though they're, from another planet or something, and they're not.
It's unbelievable, Charles. It's unbelievable.
So just tell us briefly what exactly it is that you're trying to get from INEC at the moment, that you need to kind of build your case.
Everything. Every data. We need to make sure that whatever they have corresponds with what was used to announce the incumbent as the winner of that election. You understand me? We want to make sure that those who were collation agents, who signed those results, were the agents approved by INEC to do the collation. Do you understand? We have to make sure that the right text, all of them, all the officers, because what normally happens is that other people will go for training, they will now use other people to do the actual collation. They use their members of their party. That's what happened in the last election. So we have to make sure that everything was in order.
Well, you've certainly given INEC a run for their money, haven't you? You've given them a bit of a headache. You've led, in addition to what you've just been telling us, you've led protests to INEC's office against what you allege is INEC's role
almost 2 weeks.
in rigging the election.
Almost 2 weeks, because we only have 2 days now, Charles. Tell me, because the thing is we're supposed to file by Saturday. So they were deliberately delayed, frustrated by INEC in Owerri. Tell me what we are going to achieve within 2 days. You see the game they played? All along, they frustrated us till the last minute.
But Athan, pardon my spectacular ignorance here, but according to the official figures, you scored 64,081 votes to come third, compared with the winner, Hope Uzodimma, who got 540,308 votes. That's a yawning gap between you and him, isn't it?
That's what we're trying to disprove. Let me tell you what happened. They now wrote themselves as first, then beefed up PDP so that we'll come a distant third, thinking that we'll give up and run away. The results are the actual results are totally different. And we have made that claim. We're going to prove it in court. That's why they're trying to, if they want, Charles, please, if you win an election, you will beg me to come and see the beavers. Please come and see the result sheets. Come and see everything. You understand me? You won't be stopping me, you won't be blocking me from having access to try and prove that you lost. So why are you doing that?
But you do know, I mean, that there'll be many people who will say that your protests are just hot air, that you haven't got a leg to stand on because you clearly lost the election. And all this grudge noise from you is just the cynical strategy of a sore loser, which is as old as, Nigerian politics, and that you're trying to get in through the back door. I mean, what would your response be to that?
Well, I think the judiciary should be able to decide that. If that was true, Charles, why did they not carry out the review if they won the election without the connivance of INEC? Why did they not carry out the review? Charles, you saw on national television, on Arise TV, the Labour Party chairman complaining that what they were trying to do was wrong, that what they were trying to calculate was wrong. What did they do? They beat him black and blue. The whole world was watching. INEC rec was there. The national officer was sitting there. The commissioner of police was seated there. The returning officer said, suits him right. That's what he said. The state party chairman of Labour Party was brutalized just because he was asking them to do the right thing. Charles, is that how people who have just won an election behave? So there's more to that than meets the eye. So let's see how it goes with the judiciary.
Right. So basically, you say you've got 2 days left now.
That's the problem.
To prepare your entire case.
Yes.
In other words, to do all the inspection,
everything.
marshal.
Yes, that's what they wanted to do.
Take it, write it up before you get to
They
court.
They want to frustrate us as much as they can. Do you understand? But we'll take our chances with the judiciary, Charles.
Right.
That's what we're doing right now.
So do you see yourself as a Democrat? I mean, fighting for justice, ranged against these undemocrats who are trying to sort of stop you in your tracks?
Charles, see what our country has become. See what the electoral process has become. Nobody supported my going to try to challenge an incumbent. Charles, in a state where people are being beheaded daily, Charles, even since after the election, look at how many people have been killed. Charles, my collation officer for Ihitu Boma, Emeka Nwamero, was kidnapped just before the election. He was released 2 days to the election. My local government collation agent for my local government,
right,
John, up till today, he's being held. We haven't seen him. He was kidnapped on the 26th. He was kidnapped. So up till today, we have not set eyes on John, my collation agent. So you can imagine a state like that, Charles. Okay, I was shot at. I was trying to get into a church ceremony I was invited to. Senator Athan Achonu, a former senator in the Federal Republic, was shot at. Even I had some security men guiding me, DSS police, as a governorship candidate. We were shot at by one Ola. He's still working free. The man who runs that detention center called Tiger Base. He blocked the entrance to the church with an APC. That the governor was there. How can I come after the governor? Never came to that village on that day. He was just sent there to embarrass me and shoot me and may probably kill me if I resist. That was why they shattered. I was lucky that I had a bulletproof car. The driver's side, the glass there was shattered. It's still there. I'm going to use it in court as an evidence. They tried to kill me, Charles. So in a state like that, where you have a government that is so intolerant that you can't protect the lives of your citizens, people you are supposed to serve and protect. That's the first responsibility of governance, protection of lives and property. And this is a state where they even bomb citizens. If there is a case, you don't investigate. You go and bomb first and investigate what is left there.
Well, I have to say, obviously, Arise is an objective, down-the-middle news organization. We can't support any of the allegations you're making, although you're entitled to make those allegations, but the people that you're accusing are also entitled to a right of reply. So if they wanted, they're quite free to come to Arise and give their own version of the story.
Maybe you should invite both of us, Charles, one day.
But in this characterization, let me focus on INEC. And the electoral system. In this characterization of INEC and the electoral system that you've given, you've seen recently there's been a lot of talk about reforms, and the Senate committee, the Senate and House committees recently held a big thing along with Yaga Africa, a big town hall, citizens' town hall, to get people to come and talk about reforms and so on. What sort of reforms would you like to see in the electoral system that gets to the knob of correcting this messy sort of thing that you talk about?
Charles, there is this law. The laws are there. They don't obey them, Charles. You're supposed to transmit electronically from the polling unit. This election, look at even Supreme Court judgment. Election is at the polling unit. You understand me? Voting. That's where it ends, starts and ends. Now, Charles, you can't transmit, okay? You can't even do word collation that you're supposed to do. And it's there in the laws, in the Electoral Act. They don't obey them, Charles. There is no law. There's a breakdown of law and order in the country. That's the problem. That's why I was calling on our president.
But I mean, you were talking to different commissioners of police, the inspector general of police, and all the rest of it. I mean, what do they say to you?
Charles, which police? Didn't you see a policeman that went to carry ballot box that was attacked? Even it was civil defense.
But look, in fairness, the fact that you've got a renegade police person,
not one renegade,
carrying stuff. What I'm saying is, when you talk to the top echelons of the police, and surely you're not just saying this on television. I mean, you would have gone. You know what I mean? I know you are. I'm saying you're not just saying it on television. You would have gone to the people who run the police force, who are in charge of the police force, to lodge complaints. I mean, the inspector, because you have access to those people.
Ask Arise
what do they say to you?
Ask Arise crew that went to Olo.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying when you obviously
they will tell you, they will tell you,
what do they say to you?
Oh, Charles, they will tell, they will pretend to be making phone calls. They will tell you you'll be taken care of. Are you following me? They will tell you you'll be taken care of, Charles. As your Arise crew, they were in Olo, they were beaten, they were thrown out. Policemen were there, military men were there.
So you called on President Tinubu because obviously you say that you've gone to all these people that haven't taken any action, so you're going to the very top of the pecking order. You've called on President Tinubu to intervene, in your words, to call INEC to order. Any response from them so far?
No, just I said that yesterday at the press conference. Right. I don't know him personally.
But obviously you want to try and...
I know him by reputation.
Right.
I don't know him personally.
You want to use back channels to try and get...
No, this is the only channel I have.
Right.
I'm not a member of APC, so I don't have access to back channels.
Right. I thought all you politicians were chums.
No, I know him by reputation, actually.
Right.
And I know that this was a Democrat. He walked the streets for June 12th. And I was lucky I was opportune to be in this in the Senate with the wife, a woman of integrity. I had a lot of respect for her. So they have class. I don't think they can associate with things like this. That's my belief.
Right.
I don't know, I don't know them that intimately.
I mean, I don't know what whether or not he's going to hearken to your call or whatever.
I hope he does for the sake of our country.
But if he says that, well, go to court, which is something that is often said. Yeah, let me ask you this then. I mean, never mind the president. The next step is the judiciary. Do you have confidence in that institution, or are you skeptical about getting justice?
The same way I told everybody that I have a little confidence in INEC. It's the same way I have a little confidence in the judiciary. Charles, these are men who hold the power of life and death over us. Does it mean that, I mean, there's a chance? Look, it will make me not sleep at night when I think of the fact that men who hold the power of life and death over us can be bought and sold. I don't believe that. Are you following me? I think there are a lot of men of integrity in that profession. There are few bad eggs. We are all Nigerians. They are Nigerians. They're not Ghanaians. They're not Americans. They are Nigerians. Do you know Nigeria is so bad that I don't sleep at night? Even the citizens. Charles, you need to see what happened. Those who are crying that their people have been killed, they will give them 4,000, sometimes 8,000, they will vote. Are you hearing me? Charles, the problem of Nigeria is not just the rulership. It's the followership. I'm worried about if there are 10 million people actively stealing or looting in government. I'm worried about the 50 million others who are waiting for their turn to steal. Students, applicants. If you see the ordinary Nigerian now who is looking for a job, Charles, they will tell you they want to go to custom. They want to go where they can make money apart or on top of their salary. That's the opportunity everybody is looking for.
Well, on that rather depressing note,
yes.
I want to say thank you very much indeed, Senator Athan Achonu, who is the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, and also to say that the APC, both in Imo State, on the national level, INEC, all of them have a right of reply, and they can come on this program or on Arise News and reply to the things that Senator Achonu has been saying. Thank you very much indeed, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you.